Storms over the Mongolian steppe, horsemen riding through the mist, a lone warrior on a pale horse, leading his brothers in eternal spring. This is the history of Temujin, who became Genghis Khan, the most powerful conqueror in human history. When Temujin was born in 1162, he was born not into royalty, but into chaos. His father, Yasuge, was a chief of a small clan in the Mongolian steppe, a land of warring tribes and nowhere near as powerful as China, the rest of Asia, or even Russia. But when Temujin was 9, his father was poisoned by rivals. Soon after, Temujin's tribe abandoned his mother and his 2 younger brothers and 1 older sister. They were left to starve. And so began the life of the most feared man in history. Temujin grew up with nothing. No throne, no gold, only cold, hunger, and war. Yet pain breeds power, and exile forged his will. What many boys used to hunt rabbits and sing around campfires, Temujin hunted foxes, wolves, and bears, anything to survive. He fought off enormous Siberian tigers and one-on-one against his brother over a dead horse. But there was one thing even he couldn't fight. When he was 16, Temujin and his family were captured by a tribe that hated his father. And when they learned of his identity, they chained him up, beat him, threw him in the ice-cold river to almost freeze to death. But Temujin escaped, and soon after avenged his father's death. At age 24, he defeated the tribe that betrayed his father and took his family captive. And now the real story of Genghis Khan begins. Over the next 5 years, Temujin reached out to other nomadic tribes across the Mongolian steppe, patching up old feuds, making alliances, and forging a new brotherhood that would become known as the Mongol nation. Then in 1190, he married the beautiful but cunning Bort, the daughter of a rival clan. Together, they had 4 sons, the eldest of which would be named after his father, Yasuge. Temujin didn't have an army yet, but he did have something much better: loyal brothers in arms. And so he challenged another tribe to a game of wrestling and defeated their champion, winning an alliance that gave him his first soldiers. Then he did it again and again and again, defeating rival clans and absorbing them into his league until he controlled all of Mongolia. Finally, in 1206, on a sacred mountain where heaven and earth meet, Temujin was named Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. It was the title of a king of all Mongolia, the leader of the Mongol nation. But Genghis Khan didn't just rule Mongolia. He shook the world. His enemies included the Karakutai, who ruled northern China, the Quraysh Empire in Persia, the Western Shia dynasty in Central Asia, and the Kipchak tribes in Eastern Europe. By 1220, he had crushed them all. And 3 years later, Genghis Khan led his army south into the deserts of Persia, where he died. Again, how he died is unknown. Some say he fell off his horse. Others say it was revenge for his brutal sack of Baghdad in 1258. Genghis Khan's body was returned to Mongolia and buried in a secret location so that no one could find his tomb. It remains hidden somewhere in the Mongolian wilderness to this day. The man who shook the world was gone, but the world he shook would never be the same. Love him or fear him. Genghis Khan rewrote history. He didn't just build an empire. He changed the world. He was a religious free thinker who championed religious tolerance, even though he himself was a shaman. He created the first postal system in history. He opened up trade routes that became the legendary Silk Road. And he enforced laws to protect the poor and punish corruption. To his friends and merchants, he brought peace and prosperity. To his enemies, he was ruthless. Entire cities surrendered to him, while others were wiped out, like Nishapur and Khorazm, where an estimated 1.7 million people were killed. Some say he was a genius. Some say he was a monster. Maybe he was both. You decide. Drop in the comments if you think he was a genius, a monster, or both. Follow for more epic untold legends. And thanks for watching.